Hello, my name is Brianna Berry, and I am a graduate student at Clark Atlanta, and I am going to Africa this summer. So excited. But no, I was granted the opportunity to go to Ghana with 3GC Inc. And it's actually a funny story because my dean and the co-founder are friends, and I have been kind of bugging him all my fall semester about, a study abroad trip. Like, hey, just want to let you know, we need a student. I'm interested. And randomly, I emailed him again after leaving him alone for a good month. And he said, well, I just had a meeting, and we actually have this opportunity to go to Ghana. And I've always wanted to go to Africa, always. And so I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, yeah, definitely want to jump on that. Then I researched a little bit about Ghana, found out this was the year of return. It was just literally divinely orchestrated. And after everything was put into place and researching and just, I needed to go, okay? Needed to. And I found out there was a year of return too, as well as my first year at a HBCU. And so literally everything just was put into place. And the Lord said, Brianna, you need to go ahead and get on that plane. And I said, yes, sir. And now I'm going on the plane. So I actually have a couple questions that I kind of asked my family and friends, as well as kind of changing them around to what would be appropriate for the vlog for pre-Ghana. I kind of have a couple of them that I'm going to answer. The first one is, what can you teach those who come into contact with you? I think that one of my biggest things is a measure of your life is the service that you do for others. And it's actually the quote from my undergrad, St. State University, eat 'em up cats. But I think I truly believe that. And Maya Angelou has a similar quote about, people remember how you make them feel. And so I really believe that who you are as a person is shown by how you treat others. So even when I walk into a room, I try to be, hello, how you doing? Speak to everyone with a smile, continuously being positive, just being fun to be around. So I want to teach others that, you are in charge of kind of, not your emotions, but you're in charge of the atmosphere around you, really. I could be around some people who have attitudes, all of that, but I'm gonna have fun. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm gonna enjoy myself. I'm gonna try to make others enjoy themselves, all of that. Also, I think the biggest thing about a leader is not what you can teach others, but what can others teach you. So I think for me is I'm very teachable. I'm very open to experiences that are different. I'm open to kind of exchanging knowledge and stuff like that. I never think I'm the smartest in the room. I never think I'm the cutest. I never think I'm the funniest. And so I'm open to hearing what everyone else has to bring to the table, for sure. So how will your perception change on people with different backgrounds than you? I think that I'm going to be a lot more compassionate, not only to just everyone, but definitely to Black individuals who do not speak the same language as me, as well as who have cultural differences. So I think sometimes when we're not a part of certain groups, we kind of don't understand the hardship or struggles, and not even don't understand, but it's harder for us to, because we don't, subjectively experience those. So I think for me, I'm going to be a lot more open-minded and just compassionate to kind of what they have to go through. And being Black and being a woman, you're already a part of two marginalized groups, but I definitely think that I'm going to be more dedicated to the kind of uplifting and making sure that any Black individual, regardless of what country you're from, reach success. And that's kind of my motto in life is, in anything I do, I want to make sure it uplifts another Black person, whether it's helping them on the next step, opening a door. I'm making sure that they're getting those opportunities for sure. What do you hope to gain from this trip? So a little background. I'm biracial. My mom's white, my dad's Black. My dad died about 5 years ago. It's a drug overdose. And my family, who, I'm actually from St. Louis, but my family up there kind of fits the stereotypes for Black individuals that conservative white people have, only because there's institutions put in place to make them stay stagnant and like that. And so I didn't understand until I got to high school. And, you know, as you become more educated, you kind of understand a little bit more about what's going on. And I remember just being angry when I was little about like not having them spend time with me, or I never got the history that my friends got about even what it was like in the 60s with the sit-ins, or where are we from, where is this, you know. So I never really got that answer. And so as I became more educated and realized that, hey, they're like this not because of them, but because of, you know, people who founded this country, and people who look like them. But I realized that it's my duty as someone who is privileged, not only because of skin color or hair, which that is a privilege, but also because of education and being able to articulate and communicate professionally and effectively. And so I think that I now take it on my shoulders, which is not my responsibility, but I'm still going to do it. I really believe that it's my duty to use my privilege to not only break generational curses, but also to help other people like my family reach success. And so, oh girl, what was the question? What do you hope to gain from this trip? Yeah, so I hope to know where I come from, and I want to see Black people before the other half of my ancestors kind of ruined them. I want to see the dancing and the drumming and the singing. I want to experience what it's like to cook in Africa. Like, I want all of that. Everything, I want to absorb it. I remember being little and trying to eradicate my Blackness. Just kind of fit in. I went to an all-white high school. I was always part of my white family. Like, always was around them. And I never felt like I fit in. Ever, ever, ever. Even little things like humor. They didn't get my jokes. All of that. And so, luckily, my mom always taught me to be proud to be Black. So, knowing that I'm going back to Africa with a group of individuals who share the same customs as me is just, it's like finally I'm going to feel at home. Finally someone's going to get me. Finally, like, oh Jesus, worked my whole life trying to just not only fit in but feel at home, and gotta wait 23 years for this, but hey, you know, I'm just glad it's happening. So next one. Whew. What intrigued you about Africa and specifically Ghana? So like I said before, being from St. Louis to an all-white, which I've heard about St. Louis, like, oh, you went to an all-white high school? Unfortunately, yes. But my mom wanted me to get a good education. So being around white people from literally birth to like 16, 17, and trying to eradicate that and not being proud. Once I got into like my junior year, I'm like, why am I trying to fit in? Why? I'm Black. Yes, I'm Black. I'm proud to be Black. And so it's always been Africa. There's never been, I'm half Irish. Don't nobody want to go to Ireland and eat potatoes. But it's always been Africa. So I think the better question is like, why not Africa? Why would you not want to go to the motherland? Why would you not want to go see where you're from? specifically the land that your ancestors had before they were stolen from a country. So what impact do you hope to make on a trip? One thing about me is that I always try to be in charge of kind of like my aura, my energy, my like feelings and emotions too. But I really just try to have fun, and I try to enjoy anything that life throws at me, even if it's horrible. You know, I think that there's positivity in anything. And so for me, I hope to bring that to, to the trip, and not only to like the people, but like the college students that we're going to. Like, I really hope to just enjoy myself. Also, knowing that I'm of lighter skin and silkier hair, I just want to go and reiterate to young, dark-skinned Black girls and boys that they are beautiful. And if it wasn't for them, people like me would look pasty and pink and not caramel. So they are the reason that other people are beautiful. And so I just want them to know that their skin is associated with no negative attributes, but for me and for a lot of other people, it's associated with resilience and power and strength and beauty and survival, and despite of just everything. And so I really want them to take that away, specifically with our what's called Black Girl Magic workshop. Like, I really want to be in there and let them know, like, hey, you pretty, you beautiful. Last one. How will this improve your competence as a counselor? So like I said before, I'm Black and I'm a woman, so I'm a part of marginalized groups. So I know how it feels to be discriminated against and all that fun stuff. But I think for me is I will be more open-minded and more determined to help those Black individuals who do not speak the same language as me or have cultural differences. And I currently live in Texas, and so there's a large population of like African people. And I remember just being like, oh, well, you know, you Black, you good, come on. But there's differences, like even with gender and your roles as a woman. And so I had to like step back when someone got an attitude one day, and I'm like, hey, whoa. But then, you know, took a step back and realized, like, hey, he's not used to this, that. And specifically as a professional, I can't be Brianna on the streets, you know? Not that I just be riding the streets, you know, I'll be in the house by 8. But I can't be Brianna outside of a counselor. You know, I have different hats, different identities. So I need to make sure that as Brianna the counselor, that I'm remaining cognizant of all the differences that come with different shades of Black. So yeah, I really think that this trip is going to be very spiritual, life-changing, open-minded, and I really hope that by me going on this trip, it breaks some generational curses in my family. I want my brother and sister to go see the world. I want my other brothers and sisters to know that, you know, hey, this is where we come from. Even though people aren't here anymore to tell us the stories, and even if they were, I don't even know if they know. So I want them to, hey, this is what I learned in Ghana. Like, oh, well, that explains why this is like this. And there's pieces of African history that are still in America and that have survived almost half a millennium of just of genocide, dehumanization, rape, murder. lynchings. Like, it survived. And so I just hope to take away from this trip that there's power in being Black, and there's resilience, and that if they could do it, we can too. But super excited. I'm all packed. My suitcase is full with a capital F. So I'm ready to go. But yeah, this ends my pre-Ghana vlog. Stay tuned for it afterwards. I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to edit it. But yeah, bye. See you, Ghana, in 2 days.